Hello everyone, welcome to the Southern Scally Capper. Today we are taking a look at the Scrapyard by Boston Scally Company, so let's get to it. Here it is. This is the Scrapyard 8-panel brown 80% poly, 20% cotton faux leather cap by Boston Scally Company. In this particular cap, not only does it come in brown, but it also comes in black, army green, and steel horse. As far as this cap goes, there's not much to discuss, as you can see with the colors, as it is a rugged brown distressed leather throughout. Here is the cap in hand, and as you can see, this is just an absolutely beautiful looking cap. It's a very simplistic cap, but it is quite a looker. I love the look of this cap, and it is a solid brown, as Boston Scally Company describes it. No, they don't use the word distress. They say faux leather is what they use. It's a faux leather cap, and it is just appealing to the eye to me. It's, like I said, it's a very simple design. It looks like an older design to me, really, is what it looks like. And me and my wife, when we first, this was actually one of the first one of the first Boston Scally caps that I ever bought. And we started calling it the Grover Dill instead of the Scrapyard is what we call it. And you probably recognize that name. He's Scut Farkus's crummy little toady from the movie A Christmas Story. And if you haven't seen that, then you must have been living under a rock for the past 20 years, because it's been airing on TBS every Christmas for quite a while now. That might not be exactly right, 20 years, but that's definitely what it seems like is 20 years. But anyway, this cap, it's just a beautiful cap. And like I said, I'm not one who always goes for the more simplistic looking caps, but this one on their site just really caught my eye. And it is actually, I know the brown in particular, I'm not sure about all the other colors, but the brown I know is one of Boston Scally's best-selling caps. I believe there are over, at this point of this recording, at least 700 reviews for this cap, which is insane to me. That is a lot of reviews, and most are very positive. The one criticism I hear about this cap that I see on their site is that it's the faux leather, obviously, but my thing is, a lot of people don't like that. They say it looks cheap, but in their defense, they don't say it's real leather. They tell you right on the page when you're viewing the cap, it's faux leather. So I don't really know what people are upset about, because they know what they're getting into when they get this cap. This is a $52, $55 cap, I believe. I actually, when I first began getting into Boston Scally caps, it was sold out. And within a couple months, they restocked it. So that's when I got it. And that's just one of the major complaints that I hear about this cap that I see on the site. And I just don't get it, because they're very upfront about what this cap is. And for what it is, I really like it. I don't know what people were expecting when they read faux leather. Maybe people's expectations are just a lot higher than mine are. But as far as the fit, this is another Boston Scally that fits perfectly. I typically, almost always, if not always, I get a medium large. And this is a medium large, and it fits perfect. It fits just exactly the way you'd expect, without being too tight in the back, as some Boston Scallys are. And unfortunately, that's just how it goes sometimes. And that's for a particular kind of cap, I feel. And I felt like that with a lot of I can't remember exactly what they're called now. Should have looked at this before. But the open air, it's their summer caps that have the holes in them. They had a white and a black one. And I feel those fit a little tightly, opposed to their other medium larges. But this one does not. This is just an absolutely perfect fit. And like I said, this is just a very simplistic looking cap. I wouldn't call it bland by any means, because it just has a classic look to it. It's timeless. I think this is a timeless looking cap, and it goes with so much too. You can wear so much with this cap, and I feel that this is a great in between from Halloween to the Christmas season. This cap just really fits that season well. And maybe it is because of the Grover deal when I watch A Christmas Story. And his hat cap, as you saw in the picture, doesn't look exactly like this cap, but it's close enough that I think about it. And of course, A Christmas Story is there's snow everywhere throughout the whole movie. So maybe that's why I think about that when I think about this cap. But I just think that's a great time of year because, of course, Boston Scally has so many awesome fall caps as it is. And they do the same with Christmas. They have the Kringle, they have the Scrooge, so many other ones as well. And those you want to wear then, right? There's a very limited time you can wear those Christmas caps. But as far as an in-betweener, I feel like this is perfect for that. And this cap actually, the lining in it is a black. It's just a solid black lining. But Boston Scally doesn't, I don't think they say anything about it being made to keep your head really warm. Maybe they do on the side, I can't remember. But I was actually outside in this cap today, and the weather it's a little overcast, a little windy, and it was I think around mid-50s, 55, 57, somewhere in that range. So not cold by any means, but cool. And my head never got cold, so it did the job for me. And for where I live, I think that's it's perfect for what it is during this time of month in November. The season of the month of November. So I think it's just a perfect cap for that particular time. And I will probably wear this all throughout November. This is just a great looking cap, and it just goes right along with this time, I believe. So as you know, I rate caps from 1 to 5. 1, of course, being the worst, 5 being the best. And I'm going to give this a solid 4. I think this is a great looking cap. It's absolutely timeless. It's a classic looking cap. I don't really think there's anything wrong with it. I mean, obviously, I think it's actually really good. I just think Boston Scally has made more interesting looking caps over the years. So I'm going by their standard, not my own, really, when it comes to what they can do. But as far as this style, as far as the faux leather, you know what you're getting into because Boston Scally tells you it's hard to beat. It's just, there's really no competition for me. Yeah, I could spend a lot more money and get a leather cap. I don't particularly want to do that. And for those who don't, I think this is a absolutely perfect alternative for that. So thank you all so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.